Wow. Love it. Let's go.
Yo,
Yo, what's up?
what up, guys?
What up?
What's going on, Chris?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me. Pumped.
You like Chris or Christopher?
Doesn't matter. My mom likes Christopher. That's why I write it down everywhere as Christopher.
Guys, apparently we're live on the internet.
Sweet.
Let's do it.
Gosh, across multiple platforms. Amazing. All right, hold on a second. I didn't know if this would work or not, so I'm not even really ready. It's not 7:30 quite yet. So, hey, if you're just logging in and you can hear us, that's a good thing, right? Maybe make a comment. I don't know. Can you comment? We don't even know.
Yeah, so I've got the it looks like we got some people in here. I got the Periscope feed on my phone here. It's a little delayed, but I would say just let's roll with the intro and we'll get it rolling.
Okay. Let me, I've never played the music this way, so
Hit the music.
hold on one second. I got to find it. I don't know if I don't know if you can hear this. I don't know if they can hear this, but I'm going to play it off my computer.
Turn it up louder than you think. No, not coming through.
Sounds good to
Got
me.
to take your AirPods out.
Yeah, that could be what it is.
Well, I'll figure that out for next time. But either way, I'm Chad Eckert, and that's Joe Idone, and this is the Preferred Lines podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Preferred Lines, and now follow along live with us each and every Monday on YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch. Okay. How we doing? We're doing good, in our opinion, but we need some feedback. Maybe let us know. Can you even hear us? Does this work? Is this working? Mic check or whatever. We're not real content creators. You can tell maybe that we're faking this until we make it, maybe. But we've made it through that part of the season sponsored by the letter S, Safeway, Sanderson, and Shriners. And we've gone on to the Asian Swing, which happens to be in Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas! Who doesn't love a tournament in Las Vegas? Let's do it again.
Back to back, baby. It's a long stay in Vegas. I'll tell you that. I've been there for almost a week one time, and it's by about day 6 or 7, you're about ready to hit home.
It definitely takes a toll on your body.
You do it right.
And it's a juicy field. What does that mean? Well, a guest, actually, and a real guest, in fact.
A real
on the
guest.
on the Preferred Lines podcast, we try to bring someone in that's smarter than Joe and I, because we got limited knowledge and experience and expertise. But you, Christopher Powers, I mean, your name is Powers, which is amazing, and that in itself is cool. And you're a host of a podcast, so you must be credible. It's called the Be Right Podcast. You work for Golf Digest. That's good, important. And you're out there. You're like a neighbor of Nagel Bagels. You're in New Jersey.
True that. It's all fake stuff. All this credibility talk you're spewing. I'm just another guy picking losers, using the same info everyone's using, and I happen to host a podcast for Golf Digest, so it gives me a little credibility. I'll never call myself an expert because I don't think any of us are experts. But
whatever. No, that's the title we give to you, my friend. That's why you're here. Pretend,
Take it.
at least, for the next half hour or so. And if you want to follow this not expert on Twitter, he is CPowers14. And Christopher, I'm not sure if you're aware of the podcast or not, but we like to correct beers and talk golf. Did you bring your beer?
That sounds like my kind of party for sure. I put mine in a glass, so I can't crack it, unfortunately.
Well, that's good. I'll pour mine in a glass.
He's ready.
Dude, you just went viral, so maybe people
That's right.
seen your Twitter. In fact, 3 million views on some little video of a guy who's moving the football 6 inches. What was up with that?
It's honestly kind of sickening what goes viral. Like the amount of videos I rip off my TV thinking like, oh, this might pop today if I get the wording right, if I do the athlete's name, because everyone's gonna be searching it, that's gonna maximize the views. And then for that, it's a 2-second video of a dude moving the football, and I didn't even say his name. It's just the right person retweeted it. It started circulating, and it takes off from there. I'm not. There's no magic potion.
Hey, Chad, you know a little bit about this too, going viral this weekend with the Bryson yelling at the photographer.
Oh,
video.
yeah. Oh, that was you.
Like,
yeah.
No laying up, and PFT commenter retweeting it. And it got some action around the circuits.
I'll tell you, Christopher, you get a lot of money for those viral videos,
Oh, yeah. The money just rolls in like they're banging down your front door.
Well, listen, Chris, here's kind of what we're going to do here and what we do in this segment that we call the front nine. So we have a guest on. Chad and I are basically going to kind of rapid fire sort of questions at you. Just general stuff. Give us a brief answer, whatever you want to say, and then we'll keep it moving to the next one. You down?
Yeah, I'm ready to roll here.
Let's go. Hit him, Chad.
Okay, Mr. Bowers. Now, give us a background on you. Who are you, and how did you get into golf writing or Golf Digest? What's your background? Quick.
Great question. Started at I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the MGA. It's the Metropolitan Golf Association based in New York. They run amateur events. There's a website. I was in the communications department, so we covered like low level, not low level. These are very high level amateur events, but the Met Open, if you've ever heard of that, the Ike, tournaments like that. I kind of just did some stuff on the website, a bunch of writing. Then I went to the Daily News, which I hated. I was writing about cars. I don't even know the first thing about cars, to be honest with you. It was a total like entry level job. They somehow liked my resume and hired me. I did that somehow faked it there for 2 years without even knowing, how to like lift the hood of my car up. And then I just kind of got sick of, doing something I didn't really like. Reached out to my now boss, Sam Wyman at Golf Digest on LinkedIn, poured my heart out, gave him this sob story. I love golf so much. I want to write about golf, blah, blah, blah. I'm a big golfer, and, he bought it
all for free. You don't even have to pay me.
Yeah. Don't pay me. I'll do whatever you want. I'll clean the floors, that whole yada, yada. And he bought the story, and now I'm here. I mean, this April will be 4 years. It's crazy how it flies by. I'm not going to, do the whole.
You don't even look like you've been out of college 4 years.
It isn't, people do think I'm pretty young. I'm actually 28 now. So getting old already. Just moved into a house with my now wife, who I just got married to. So it's all kind of happening pretty quickly.
Cool. Congratulations. Good story for the kids out there to know that sometimes you just got to reach for take the shot and send that email. Good things happen. But Chris, tell us how you got on this honor and this distinguished panel of the Golf Digest experts every week, because Chad and I have been sort of vying for a spot on the panel. How do you get in? Do we just got to send that email to Mr. Wyman?
I would send it to Steve Hennessy. I think Steve's my fellow Jersey partner in crime. When I got to Golf Digest, like I said, I was ready to sweep the floors, get coffee, whatever. Just kind of wrote about the tour. Always was into gambling, obviously before getting at the Golf Digest. golf gambling here and there. I mean, I've always followed the game. I've watched the game religiously since I was a kid, since Tiger, dropped that putt or that chip in 2005 at the Masters. That was kind of when I really fell in love with the game. But gambling on it, probably not till college. Same with college football and all that. And Steve was kind of always pushing for it. And I kind of just latched on because I knew it was something I enjoyed. And Steve and I were kind of we got really tight because of our New Jersey connection. We would carpool to whatever golf outing for work or take the path in together to the city. And I just kind of knew he had been at Golf Digest for a while. So he had like a respected voice among, our bosses, and he was always pushing for it. So I just kind of like latched onto Steve and said, let me get in with this. I'm not, like I said, I'm not an expert or anything, but I think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to gambling on golf and odds and all that. I think that's all it really takes is to sound knowledgeable. And next thing you know, they gave us a podcast. We were begging for it, and they finally did. So we're really pumped about it. We're pumped that people like you guys even know about it, and the Be Right name's kind of sticking a little bit, and that's kind of how it. I give a lot of credit to Steve, and I just kind of backed him up the whole way.
Okay, so Be Right. Have you been right at all? Are you successful at betting? How do you even know if you're successful at golf betting? Can you give us some
amazing.
help?
We keep track of it in the experts column, and we pump it up a little, and I'm sure that irks people because you're pumping up like this unit count that's for 9 people or however many experts we have. So that's but I mean, we do get, if one guy gets one right and you happen to pick the right guy that week, you happen to pick Pat Mayo's pick that week, I guess you could say we're up however many units. But have I been right? I did pick Bryson at Wingfoot. I did gloat quite a bit about that. That's probably the only time I've been right on an outright pick in that column. I did whenever Kevin Tway won the Safeway Open, I'm not even kidding you. This was the first column we did, the first experts pick column we did. I picked Kevin Tway at 50-1, like just kind of joking around. Didn't bet it, and then he went out and won. And it's been all downhill from there since.
Picked it, but didn't bet it.
Didn't bet it. It's so fit now. No, I've made it a point. I tell Steve all the time. He's like, "Oh, I mentioned that guy in the pod." I'm like, "But you didn't bet him." I've made it a point now to, if I say somebody, I'm going to bet him. If it's $1, if it's $20, I have to bet him just to keep it real. You got to keep it real for the people who are listening.
So Chris, a little background. Last week on the pod, I was a little tied up before and hadn't had everything in, but I had my notes, I had my ideas down, and I did a little spiel on how Marty Laird was one of my picks at 250-1. And so I'm waiting for my other book that I use to come out with odds, because usually it's a little later and I like to try to shop the best price. And it just slipped my mind. I switched to Scott Piercy by the time I placed my bets. And that's what you get for not betting the guy you talk about. So I know
Steve
firsthand there.
Steve did it. It was one of our 3rd or 4th Be Right podcasts. I think it was Bay Hill. And on the podcast, he was like, I kind of like Hatton this week. Hatton goes on to win. And then the next podcast, he's like, oh, I was pumping him up. I was like, well, let me see the ticket. He's like, oh, I didn't actually bet it. And we got in like a little fight about it before the podcast. So, but yeah, you got to do it.
It happens.
The Laird video is great though. Of course.
Well, listen, talk to us a little bit about, the norm kind of on the PGA Tour, Monday morning, looking around, waiting for those odds to drop. What's your process like in terms of starting the week? Do you have a go-to stat you look at, or how do you start?
I'd love to. I prepared for this question. I'd love to say I have some crazy scientific process, but like I said, I'm just picking losers like everybody else. I have gotten super hung up on grass type, which totally burned me last week with the bent. I think I was on Fowler, and I think you guys saw what happened to him on Friday. I think he made a triple and even on Thursday. And then I ended up writing about it later that night on the site that he just kind of like always makes like a triple bogey. It's like really frustrating, and I'm always betting on him. But yeah, I look at the grass type, obviously course history, which we don't really have much of this week. Recent form, memory-based stuff. Like I was watching your Martin Laird video, and you were saying how, I feel like he does well in the desert, and you kind of hit the nail on the head there. You just didn't bet him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, nothing too special. I'm definitely getting hung up a little bit on the grass type which, you know, for a guy like Sung JM, he literally always plays well on Bermuda.
Yep.
But then you look at some of these favorites. I mean, they play well everywhere. So it you know, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough nut to crack for sure.
So then how do you build your card? Are you betting right out the gate? You say, ooh, I like that number, and you add them to your card, or you kind of wait, you try to get a little research in, fire things off Wednesday?
I'll say Monday because we do the podcast Tuesday. So I kind of like to like I said, I like to bet the guys before, you know, pumping them up. It's just kind of whatever jumps off. And like, you know, like this week, like a guy like Justin Rose is 70-1. I think I just saw on DraftKings. That kind of just seems off to me. I mean, it's the former #1 player in the world. Great on bent grass. I know I'm getting hung up on the grass thing again, but kind of played well at BMW last week. I think he had a bad second round 75, but played pretty well the other 3 rounds. So that number seems a little off to me. You know, here's a guy who's won a lot on the European Tour, a bunch of PGA Tour wins. He's 70-1. Then you look at I like Xander, but you know, he's always 14-1. And I know he's got a couple wins on the PGA Tour, but I'd rather ride with a guy like Rose at 70-1. I try to find, you know, the value. Obviously, the value is the operative word here always.
Tell me a little bit about, you know, golf has always been this historically, like in years past, always been this game of let me get my outrights in Wednesday. That's changing. And especially there's the announcement today with BetMGM that the tour itself is going to start promoting a lot more of this live betting aspect. How does that affect, like, do you try to save some money back on Wednesday to, you know, have stored in the bank ready to fire on Thursday or Friday if you see something you like?
I'll say for the majors, an event like this week, like one I'm going to be locked in on the TV on, you know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, I do save some live stuff. You know, Memorial, I recall betting pars to tie on like for an hour straight, kind of chasing. For the majors, live ads, all the top, all kinds of stuff like that. The live stuff is so big now, and that's huge for like the casual viewer who's just going to pop it on when Tiger's playing on Thursday, and you can bet on Tiger to hit the fairway. Like that's so huge for the casual viewer, which is great. We need more casual viewers, but no, I'm not getting too crazy with that. I do like to kind of lock in on my outrights and just ride with them for the week. Saturday night, I like to check out, you know, if someone's 5 back and could shoot a 62, like I think I bet on Zalatoris Sunday morning and whatever, he shot 2 under. But yeah, I don't like to get too crazy with that stuff. But for a bigger week like this, for sure, I'll save some money to do some live action.
Okay, CJ Cup has no cut. Do you do anything different with your card if there's no cut? Do you treat it differently?
If for live odds, for sure, because, you know, a guy like Dustin, he gets off to a slow start and you know, maybe he drops to 30-1, 25-1, and he's only like 7 or 8 back. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No cut. You got to be hunting Saturday morning for a guy who's teeing off, you know, at 9 a.m. He's going to have great conditions. First group off, greens are going to be fresh. I would say definitely look down the board Saturday morning for a guy who can make a run.
Do you typically look toward a range of the board? Like, you know, sometimes the favorites you would go with you know, one of the bigger events like a majors, but kind of a weird spot in the schedule this week after a lot of guys, I think, took a little break after the US Open. We've got the Masters coming up in 4 or 5 weeks. We're kind of in that weird in-between zone. So do you think you focus more on the top of the board guys, or, you know, guys a little hungrier further down the list, maybe just trying to get that win in FedEx Cup points?
That's a good question. This week, there's a lot of good numbers at the top of the board for sure. Like a Brooks at 25. That's kind of always been an auto bet for me historically. Obviously, he's coming off a long layoff, so maybe I'll stay away. Favorites wise, normally no, I never touch the favorites because we want Martin Laird can win a tournament. You can shoot 24 under out of absolutely nowhere. So I actually hate betting like anything, you know, 15-1, especially on a guy like Rory who, you know, frustrates the hell out of me. And he's always between 10 and 16-1. And obviously he's got a ton of wins, but it's just, they don't win at the rate for the reward of a 14-1. I'd rather have a guy at 35-1 that comes close and doesn't win. So I think that 25 to 50 range is like the money range. We've seen after the restart for sure. I mean, Berger had that win at Colonial. He was at a good number. I mean, maybe I'll double up a guy at the top of the board, but I mean, it's hard enough to win, on a regular outright, and now you're doubling it up with European Tour or Texas, Oklahoma over in football or something like that. So
right.
It's stupid.
Let me ask you a quick follow up there, Chad. Sorry to skip your question here, but I wanted to follow up with him because he did mention my guy Brooks here, and I'm very interested. Have you heard anything? Because I've been trying, what's the deal with this injury? Did he go through another procedure or surgery, or was it just rest? Or what have you heard from the inner meetings inside Golf Digest? What's going on with Brooks? Is he all right?
Well, I thought it was just a knee at first, and then I was reading last week when I was writing that he was, all he did was tweet that he was coming back, but something wrong with the hip too. That seems a little concerning. But to skip the U.S. Open for him, I think that indicates that he really just wanted some time off, needed the rest, maybe to get ready for Augusta. It's there's going to be two Masters within a whatever month span. I don't know. I haven't really heard anything too insidery on that front. It really seems like this could linger his whole career. But like we saw at St. Jude, I mean, I think he was hurting that week quite a bit. He talked about it, how the hills at Muirfield Village, I think the hilly terrain kind of got to him. And then he shows up at, St. Jude, which is super flat terrain, and he almost won. So he's still got plenty of game at 50%, 80%, 100%. Anytime he's 25-1, like I said, you really have to consider it. Now that he's well rested, I might get suckered in Wednesday night on him for sure.
So if we're not going to the top of the board, maybe we go with the long shots. We've seen 3 of the last 5 winners are extreme long shots. Are we looking at anyone in triple digits this week?
The first guy I saw at triple digits is Kevin Na, who actually was in contention last week and then threw up a 76 on Sunday, which, to be honest with you, is a good thing for these odds. I mean, if he had, crept in to that playoff or finished 2 back, he might be 50, 60, 40-1 even. Now he's 125-1. I think I saw at DraftKings just because he had a bad Sunday. I think, he went 66, 66, 64 the first 3 rounds. Actually didn't even putt that well, which is, his bread and butter, especially in Las Vegas. He lives in Las Vegas, loves these Vegas courses. 125-1 when, had he played well Sunday, he'd be completely slashed in half. So that one jumped off the bottom of the board to me.
I like that. That's a great call.
So Chad and I are big time founding members, as we like to say, of the Wolf Pack. We've been on him all year, all these second places. Interestingly, 6 months ago, this sort of crop of player that he's always grouped with Neiman, Morikawa, Hovland, Sungjae Im, he was the long shot of the bunch. He had the highest odds of all 5 of those guys. This week, I think, according to my notes, is the first.
Froze. Oh shit! He's probably the first out of all those people. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how to find him. Well, it was -1. What was it? I had a minus number on internet issues. So I mean, you should have probably taken that. I think Josh Bennett said he was going to put all his money on.
All right, I'm back.
Difficulties. Josh Bennett just cashed bigly on that.
Life savings cash for you, Josh. I did that on purpose. He does my taxes, so I had to be nice to him.
There you go. Good man.
Little nod.
It's gonna be a busy year for him.
Yeah, big year for him. I don't know if you heard me. So has Wolf cemented himself as the best of the bunch?
Best of the bunch. That is, you got to give the edge to Morikawa now, just because of the major. Obviously, the PGA, the way he won it, that drive, that was. I don't know if you guys were following us at all, but I mean, I had Wolf at Harding Park. I had Jason Day, who must have burned 5 edges on Sunday. I had Cameron Champ, who made that double on whatever hole it was. I had the entire top of the board except for Morikawa, so he's kind of my arch nemesis for the time being. But I got to tip my cap to him for sure. Hovland, just has the opposite field win so far.
Mm-hmm.
Wolf, what we've seen at Winged Foot and at Harding Park, that's scary. He's like kind of just scratching the surface, it feels like. But you're so right. I think I had him at 3M. I think he was 100-1
Yep.
pre-tournament.
We were both on him.
Yep. Rocket Mortgage, I think I got on him Friday night at 50-1, and then he kind of went off and, daggered us again. I saw a bunch of tweets.
I had an 80 at
from
Winged Foot. It hurts. It's like
yeah, I think Steve hopped on him at Winged Foot. I didn't, which is weird because I was kind of like you guys. Every week he was 80, and we were talking about it. How much longer is this guy going to be 100-1? We better kind of strike now. Right. But of course, with all these guys, they don't strike until they're 25-1, and you kind of miss on the big payday.
True.
So then, who is it? Who's going to give us the big payday? Christopher Powers, who is your preferred play of the week?
I did mention Rose before. I've been all over Noren this summer. At 3M, I was on Noren. He was 100-1 that week too. He's been so consistent. After he went through kind of like a mini slump, he's had 4 top 25s in his last 5 starts, 2 of them at the majors. He's great on bent grass. I like Noren at 70-1. Kisner kind of intrigues me. He had it going a little bit. He almost won the Wyndham. Then he had another good week at Northern Trust. Obviously, no one was going to beat DJ that week, but played well, another top 5. Then he's kind of been quiet the last few weeks.
Well, so who is it? Oh my gosh, just give us one name.
One guy. I'll go Abraham answer then.
Oh, I like it.
Wow, nice. That good. I love it. That was good. Thank you. Well, Christopher Powers, C Powers, 14. Is it 14 for any reason?
Football number.
Nice. So you follow him there on Twitter. He's been doing things content-wise, going viral. So you might want to follow him over there.
Sunday Night Football. Tune in next week when I go viral.
Well, shit. We go watch the Monday Night game. You might be missing some viral moment right now.
Oh yeah, Chargers team total over 20. We got 6 points so far. So
let's go.
All right, thank you, boy.
Good to talk to you, Chris.
Guys. Really appreciate it.
Check out Chris's podcast too. It's awesome. Him and Steven are great.
Be right.
Be right. That's the goal.
Peace. There he goes. Christopher Powers. Here we are. We're still live on the internet, and we're going to continue on and talk. What?
I brought a second beer because I knew we were just going to stream this live. Yeah, there he is.
Well, because I'm running low on my heavy beer.
Oh, yeah.
I started with the Surly Furious IPA. I'm a Minnesotan, so that's from Minnesota. What did you start?
Peronis. Back to my Italian roots. I don't really like Peronis, but Publix had them buy one, get one, so I went with that.
There you go. We're on to the CJ Cup. It's a no-cut thing, and it's normally played overseas, over in where is it? So South Korea? Where is it?
Yeah, Jeju Island, or I think.
Where Sungjae's from. My boy, Sungjae, who I have as
your boy.
Now, it's weird because it's kind of the no man's land. You mentioned that. It's 5 weeks till the Masters, and it's kind of just maybe people are here to warm up. Maybe people are here because they have to. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. It's a weird time of year. It's a weird time of 2020 in the world.
Yeah.
Do you have any faith, though, Joe, in someone coming here that hasn't played in a while, like maybe even Tiger or Rory or these people that haven't played since the U.S. Open? Are they going to find form all of a sudden?
I think a lot of it depends on the player. I think a lot of people used, and I think we saw some of the different mindsets even last week, but you have to look at the player and kind of where they're at in their career, I think, how solidified they are with their membership. Look, after that U.S. Open that beat a lot of people up, I think there's a lot of guys that went home. I think Morikawa even said it last week and suffered from it. He put the club for a week and a half and just relaxed, took a little break, made it a little off season. There's other guys who've just been practicing and have been playing and have been gearing up because they know how important these FedEx Cup points are, particularly during this fall swing and to getting yourself positioned during the spring and the summer of next year to make a run at the Tour Championship. So I think it all comes down to the individual player that you're sort of assessing.
No, and I agree, because there are times that someone in the middle of the next summer could get COVID and be out 2 weeks and miss 2 tournaments they plan to play. So every event that they play, I think, is more important and it's crucial. And this event, it's the one that's important to them because it's the one right now. Shall we get to the betting board?
Let's do it.
At the tippity tip top, you have 2 guys sharing 9-1, Dustin Johnson and John Rahm. Interesting. I would have definitely figured DJ over Rahm, but whatever. They're, according to Vegas, the same odds. You can get 9-1, or you can get Rory at 11, or JT at 11, or Xander at 12. Not much of a difference,
Nope.
but enough of a difference to make you bet one or the other, or none of them.
Well, I did take one guy, and I usually don't dip inside of 20-1, but I do have a guy up here, and I took Justin Thomas. 12 to 1.
What we talked about?
It's an early number. He's just, I think that Xander gets a lot of this pub, but JT is Mr. No Cut. There is no question about it. He has 6 wins in no cut events in his last 21 events. He's basically winning 1 out of every 3.5 times he tees up at a no cut. Like 14 of those 21s are top 10s. He's incredibly good. I think this is going to turn into a little bit of a wedge fest, and I really like him with that shorter swing from 100 yards and sometimes in a lot of par fives, which he plays well. Also, he kind of goes on these little mini runs. If you look at Justin Thomas, where you see his form and he maintains it for a little bit. Good play at the U.S. Open. I think he finished 8th there. 2nd at the Tour Championship as well, where he made a nice little run at DJ, trying to come back from a little hole. But he's just in good form. I think he should go really well this week, and I just think he presents the best value under 20-1. What about you? You like anyone?
Nope. Didn't do anyone under 20-1. Actually,
Okay.
I probably would have done JT, but I just didn't find enough value there. So I went to the 20s. This is where you've been living and dying, Joe. And then we've got how, I wasn't sure if I was going to do Matt Wolf. I mean, you can find him places at 20, 20, 22, 25 or whatever, but I'm considering it. And then I saw my boy, Josh Perry, our boy, says he's going on Wolf. So I laid the lumber. Now we're going back to Wolf, but that doesn't mean we can't do more names. Come on, let's have fun. Let's bet a lot of people. And I'm going to go with Morikawa too at 25. Give me a break. Morikawa's great. So I'm in on that. And then I'm doing Tommy Fleetwood, the Fleetwood Flow.
Oh,
yeah. I liked it enough of what I've seen
Tommy's
from
number?
Tommy. He's 28, which seems kind of ridiculous, but I've seen a little bit, on the Euro Tour. I don't really watch a lot of it. So whatever, he's missing some putts to make some wins over there, I guess. I don't know if he's close enough.
Some short ones.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he'll ride the confidence into this event. In whatever, he's one of those things where if Tommy gets a win here, everyone will be on him for the rest of all time into the Masters. So I want to get on him a little bit early. I don't know if he's going to be at the teens or whatever, but if Cantlay's 20 and you got, Wolf and Morikawa, who really aren't proven anything, I guess, they're still kind of young, and then Brooks too. But then, so I feel like the 28 is kind of appropriate for the Tommy we know who he is. But I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm a little bit, I'm not going to play anyone basically that was, that's such a big event for those European Tour players last week over in Wentworth is much to me. I think a lot of them consider it like a major on the European Tour. So it's a very important event for them. They're kind of flying from there to Vegas. They're showing up for a no-cut event. I'm not sure how serious a lot of these guys are necessarily taking it, or if they're just showing up for a no-cut payday in Vegas.
Sure.
So I'm not going to take Tommy. I passed on Brooks, which I want to see something first, right? I want to watch him play. I'll be very eager to see how he plays, but I'm not going to bet it. And reluctantly, I am trying to restrain myself, but I don't think I'm going to play Matt Wolf this week.
Okay.
It's just so many good finishes in a row, man. Who goes second, first on the PGA Tour? I mean, it's just so many good finishes in a row. He is so damn talented. I'm sort of a little bit butthurt, I guess you could say, that I've been on all of these second place finishes and the number has evaporated down to this point. We never got to cash that winner, but I don't know, man. I'm going to skip it. And I didn't take anyone in the 20s.
Wow. Okay. So then did you go with Decky or Hovland at 30 or 35?
How'd you know? I took them both.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, I took them both.
Why?
I was on Hideki last week.
Okay.
Look, really solid form going in before Niners. He lost like 4 strokes tee to green last week. He never loses strokes tee to green. I think he's done that twice in the last calendar year. I'm not concerned about it. When you miss the cut like that by a stroke, basically you stay out there in Vegas. And I know that that's what Decky was doing because there probably wasn't much else for him to do out there. But like I said, was on a good run. BMW Tour Championship, US Open, played really well in all of those events. He gained strokes putting last week, which a lot of people say that there's some familiarity with the greens here this week and last week. I know it's the same surface. You're in the same climate, altitude, all that kind of stuff is similar. So he had a pretty decent putting week, which means he should have some confidence there. And we got Scruff Decky. Have you noticed that?
No.
The little scruff he's going with. I like
Uh-uh.
it. It's like a little new edgy side to Hideki Matsuyama. I'm all here
So, like
for
he's
it.
finally able to grow a beard or something.
31, and he looks great. His swing looks great. So not many people have talked about it. We've seen the drastic swing change for Bryson. Hideki has underwent a massive swing change. He's totally gotten almost rid of that pause completely.
Okay.
And he never really had the fall off that you would expect with a guy like Ricky or Jordan or these guys who go through these massive swing overhauls. Never really had the fall off.
Isn't Hideki more of like a top 5 bet than a win? Because when's the last time he won? Is he really going to win this?
The last time that he won, I think, was in the desert waste management.
Okay.
So
but this isn't even the desert. This is the Shadow Creek. This is like,
buddy, it worked last week for Martin Laird flawlessly.
Nice try.
Desert
it's
to
like,
desert. You saw Laird do it.
Yeah, okay, nice try. But anyway, now let's go to the 40s where there's some names. You got juicy names. You got M, Fitzpatrick, Louis O, Scheffler in English. I mean, we've seen these names at the top of leaderboards. So are we going to do any of these names? Because I got M, duh. And then I'm thinking about Scheffler. 45. I like that.
It's a nice number on Scotty. It kind of, to me, depends on how the course plays. So I'll keep an eye on that later in the week. But passed on all.
What do you mean? It
guys.
needs to play long for Scheffler or something?
No, I just think if it turns into a birdie fest, so if it's soft and it seems like it's going to be a lot of birdies, he maybe good look at an in play.
Did you ever watch the Tiger Phil thing here?
Oh yeah, I watched every hole. Yeah, I don't remember much. I know that there's like little windy creeks and waterfalls. Look, it's like it's like last week's course kind of on steroids. It's Fazio design. He put in all these undulations. They say you would never know you were in Vegas if you weren't there. Blah blah blah. But it's going to have some cool little architecture to it.
So is it going to be 15 under or is it going to be 10 or 20?
I think, and I haven't looked at the weather yet, I think we're looking between 15 to 20 easy. Yeah. These guys are gonna tear this place up, in my opinion. You know, 5 par 5s, all of which are reachable. You've got a drivable par 4 on there. You know, unless somehow they put in some crazy rough in the desert, it's gonna go low. People are gonna go. There's a lot of water in play, though. I do remember that.
Okay, so what about the 50s? You got last week's winner, Sergio, 2 weeks ago he won, and then last week he lost with his putter and he finished like 47th, so maybe he's bad again. Answer, Christopher's guy, which he putted the lights out last week, so I wasn't sure. I kind of like him, especially in the desert and hot weather. And then now Christopher's saying him, so great, that's perfect. So I'll go maybe Answer. What about Jason Day, Casey, or Ricky? Those are the names, the veteran names. Should you pick those names?
I have not bet either one of these guys, but I'm really kind of looking strong at Neiman and Answer. So I saw the same thing with Answer. Obviously, the 4th place last week is in good form, should be a good setup for him, but obviously gained 8.5 strokes putting. It's hard to duplicate. So I'm looking a little bit more at Neiman, who was just much more solid tee to green, much better approach player. Also seems to be a good setup for him, good at par 5s. Really like the 50 on him, and he played well. Like, he didn't top 5, but I think he finished 11th, 12th, 13th.
Yeah, 12th. Like I was all in on Neiman. I was 21 to 21 for Neiman. Dude, honestly, it scares me though, because he does have the give up factor because he's kind of young and like, oh, fuck it. I'm gonna go to Vegas.
The give up factor. Oh, you think he's out there on the tables? Is he even
I don't
21
know.
yet?
He's a millionaire. He's in Vegas.
I
He's a hot
know.
chick. So whatever. Yeah, but I like him. I'm definitely betting him. I'm betting the young guys almost every week, dude. Like, hello, this is the way the tour is going. Have we forgotten like how it works? I mean, this happens in all sports. You see it, like Luka Doncic or like these guys just come out of nowhere. It's Wolf too. Wolf's one of those guys. So maybe you want to like start betting the young guys, not the no-named Kim Tom Kite or whatever, like the guy that you didn't hear of, you've never heard of, that's 17, like Bakshay Batia. But like Wolf, he won a bunch of stuff in college, and Morikawa, these young guys, these are the next names. So don't be afraid
and he's
to
got the
bet
best
him.
number of the bunch. Look, I mean, you can argue the talent wise, but you look at Wolf, Hovland, Neiman, they've all got one win. You know, Neiman arguably has maybe the hardest course at the Greenbrier. Maybe the 3M is better, but they're all kind of offsite wins. And he's been around the longest, right? He's been on tour the longest. He's played the most events. He's probably got the most top 10s in here. He's consistently good, and he's in good form running in. Why not take the guy with the highest number that's 2.5 times Matt Wolf's price, even though I love me some Wolf, but I love Neiman.
All right. What about the other names? Do you have anyone else? Because there are some long shots, not totally long, but Brendan Todd won golf tournaments. He's like under 100, but like whatever. Would you do that? Brendan Todd?
I didn't. No.
Okay. How about Billy Horschel or Lowry? Lowry, we saw him perform somewhat last weekend. And then Noren was mentioned. You got Henley here, Kisner, Spieth.
You know, Rose is there too, which Chris mentioned, which kind of has some interest to me. But I haven't taken anyone really from 50. I went straight up to triple digits on my next play.
Okay, who you got?
Bubba.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got Bubba. I like Bubba a lot. Actually, 31st at the U.S. Open is like basically a top 3 for Bubba. Just because he can't play U.S. Opens well. Look, there's a lot of comps.
That's a really good result.
These greens, and you'll notice it, are very tiered and flowy. And the research that I've done, and extremely undulating, and you got to be on the right side. A little bit of Augusta comp. I think that's what they were going for in the design. Okay. When Steve Wynn got Tom Fazio to redesign the course, wanted some Augusta comps. That's what he got. You got Bubba here. He's got 4 wins on bent grass, and his recent, I saw my guy that I follow and love, Stevie Bamford, Nagel's guy as well. Put a little thing out earlier on him. He's on Bubba, but he put some stats out that were really promising. 3rd in greens and reg, 3rd in tee to green. This is over the last 8 events, and 7th in approach. That's awesome, right, for Bubba. You know, he's got the Waste Management Open Desert comp, which I know you say isn't a comp, but I'm going to use it again. And he's 100-1, and it's like a little creative sort of awkward golf course. Maybe he can get it going. I don't know. 100-1, Bubba. I'll take a shot in a no cut.
All right, enough names and reasons and stuff like that. If you want the rest of those things, you can follow us on Twitter. Joe is at Tour Picks. I'm at Edina Real Chi. I'm a realtor, and let's give some stuff away.
You ready to do that?
Yeah, come on, let's do it. I'm excited for that more than time.
So I'm a little delayed here, but I have the Periscope feed up. So wait, check this out. So I don't know if you could see my t-shirt. We got some t-shirts in.
Dude, I see your hat.
I got the hat. Yeah, the hats are sold out. I'm getting more. But the hats went quick. Thank you guys.
That's unbelievable. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Those should be showing up in the mail any day.
What about mine? Am I gonna get one?
Yeah, shouts. Oh, you're gonna get one. Don't worry. I
got this dirty ass Vikings hat.
I got a little care package. I was waiting for the shirts to come in. You know, care you here. Shout out to my brother's boy Stoos. He's probably listening right now. He bought a bunch of stuff.
Cool.
So this is one shirt here, just a little chest logo. I got stickers. I got golf. You know, I got the towels. I got the hats. Let's give away a couple of these shirts. Here's the other one. This one's the one I'm rocking right now. Golf Gambling Club. That's what we are. We're just a bunch of degenerates who gamble on golf. Join the club. So we're going to do a little trivia.
Okay. How do we do that?
A little CJ Cup trivia. So I have the Periscope feed up.
Are there people in there?
People in there. Yeah, we got a couple people in there. Our guy Stu is in there. Shout out Scott. What's up, buddy?
Scott Stewie.
So listen, whoever first person to comment on the Periscope with the answer to this question, I'm going to send you a t-shirt.
Okay.
You can pick which one you want. Let me get my questions here. All right. Here's the question. So the course was redesigned by Tom Fazio in 2008, and a player in the field this week holds the course record of a 66. Who is it?
Are they going to know that?
Somebody knows it. If you need a hint, he just start throwing out a name. He's kind of near or around the top of your odds board.
He is at the very top, probably.
Maybe the very top.
Are people commenting? Does this work?
We're just a little bit delayed. So I'm watching. I have the Periscope feed on my phone here.
This is
and we're about like 30 seconds behind. So I think I'm just finishing the question.
Hey, spoiler. Hey, I want to just go behind the curtain real quick. So you sent me the notes for tonight, like with a couple edits to the thing. I just downloaded it and saved it. And then I just totally deleted all of it.
You deleted the notes?
Well, so I go to like start talking about the names and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, they're not even there. Because I saved yours over mine.
This is what happens. Any second now, that garage door is going to open and the headlights are going to come on Chad's face because his wife's getting home.
I know. I got the right.
Wait, we have an answer. Okay, we've got a winner. D Fresh 39 DJ. D Fresh. If you're still with us, send me a DM with your t-shirt size and I will send you one out. Thanks for your support, bro. All right. We can give away one more. I'm going to try and find an easy one here. All right. There are the CJ Cup, obviously a Korean company. There are 2 Asians in the field this week that are in the top 25 in the official world golf rankings. Who are they? I need both names. In the field, Asian, top 25. It's pretty easy.
Is Hideki
don't say the answer, Chad. We're waiting for somebody else has got to win. You get a shirt for free. It's part of your payment this week. D Fresh, my man, you won. He said sweet.
Nice. Congrats.
We're just a little bit behind.
Well, this is funny. We're doing
George
live.
Z's now in the chat. What's up, George? So shout out George, who created our logo and like all of this.
And the fantasy golf logo.
Some stuff. I know he gave us a towel, but we got to get him some more stuff. I'll send him something. I still got his address. I'll get a package to you, George. Good friend of ours.
Dude, how do you like this Jordan?
The Jordan is sweet. The best thing that could ever be in the background of anyone's podcast is the Patrick rated Justine.
No, I'm just gonna cut Justine's out. We don't even need Patrick in here.
Scott Stu won.
He got it?
Yeah, we had a couple people. Wait, I'm sorry. Oh shit, I'm sorry, Stu.
No, Stu can win too.
Cap City got you. Okay, Stu can win. I'll hook Stu up with something. Cap City 21, my guy. He's always been supporting us. I like Cap City. And Hideki, those are the 2 guys. I got a golf towel too. Let's give away a golf towel.
Okay.
Let's just keep it rolling. We got some people in here. We're having fun. We like you guys.
Okay.
Here's the golf towel. Oh, it's behind me. You see it. You guys know what these are. They're sweet.
Let's clean some clubs for me.
Someone said you should blow up Justine and just make it your wallpaper.
Right? There's one big Justine behind me. It's not the most attractive.
This one might be a little bit harder. 2017 CJ Cup winner Justin Thomas won that event in the playoff. Who was the other guy in the playoff?
Oh, I know.
You know it? This is a tough one. You might need to pull up Google for this one, guys. First one in wins.
Yeah, Google it. Who cares?
Golf towel.
Do you see that in addition?
Send me your t-shirt size.
I did add Matt Wolf to my background.
Excellent. He needed to be on there.
Since I love him too.
He needed to be on there.
Oh, he's down here too. Look at this weird thing.
What's that? Is he
He's
holding it?
like holding
head
his
cover?
head cover. Yeah.
Interesting.
I know. Hey, you guys, I'm in my garage. If you think this is a joke or not, but it is for real.
Same. You see the garage plug behind me. This is what we do. We bring it to you every week, ad free. We don't have producers. We don't have equipment. We don't have high end things. We just have laptops and cell phones, and we're just two dudes who talk about golf, stretching from the great state of Minnesota all the way down to South Florida. It's sweatshirt weather up there.
Are we gonna get that DFS Open, dude? Am I gonna come visit you in in March?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's on
I'm
the
having
edge.
some trouble with it.
Dude, we're picking up some
Windy
followers. It looks like.
_24 answered correctly. You get a golf towel, my friend, and the answer was Mark Leishman.
It was? Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
Woodland.
Nope, Leishman.
Oops. I was wrong.
2017 playoff with JT.
What
else you
Woodland
got,
was
Chad?
good though. No, Nago Bagos, thanks for the like. Everybody who likes and does things. Okay, I'm gonna call you out. Oh wait, here we go. Stroke skate capping. Sweat for days. Luke sweated out. Thank you for liking this stuff.
Should we
D-Flower
tease
20.
that?
They're all
Next
liking
week.
this thing. I don't know.
You know who? So next week, our guest on the front nine. I don't know if you're in here, in the show right now, but big time guest, mysterious guest, lives like 5 minutes from Sherwood, plays it like
this.
every week. What's that?
We're not going to see his face. We're just going to see a picture.
Oh yeah, strokes gain capping. I was gonna joke with him that we should do like the club pro guy thing where we just blur out his face if he wanted that. But we may reveal the real strokes gain capping next week. We still don't know his name, but he's gonna be on the show. We'll find that out. He does a great virtual live, awesome little thing every week. So check him out on Twitter, on the Twitter machine. It's getting hot in this garage. You got
my wife's about to open the garage.
People?
I'm serious. Like, it's any second now. Now let's do this music and get out of here. Thanks for watching. This went a little long, but we're doing live now, so that's kind of cool. Like and subscribe and do all those things that help us.
Hey, would it kill you to like subscribe and retweet? I mean, we do all this shit. We bought all this shit to give to you guys. You know, I'm halfway through my DraftKings winnings just on shit to give you guys. Would it kill you for a retweet or a subscribe?
Yeah, he's paid $50,000 for these shirts.
God, these shirts are expensive, but they're fire.
All right.
If you really want one, also send me a message and you can pay me in Venmo and I will send one to you. Not you, Chad, like other people.
Okay. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll see.
Hit the music. It's going to work because you don't have your AirPods in. Turn it up.
Hold on.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Did it work?
We'll catch you later.
Oh, wait. Oh.
You got to go loud. You got to go louder.
Who knows?
Peace,
man?
boys. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good week.
Peace.